Going live. Going live. The Hangout on Air is live. Whoops. Welcome, everybody, to my announcement that I, Nicholas Robert J. Paradies, am running for President of the United States of goddamn America.
And I
vote for me. Vote for my running mate here,
Yes.
Joe Leo. We are going to tear this motherfucker down. We are going to put up some crazy shit. We are going to go wild. We are going to smoke a fat one in the Oval Office. We are going to bomb the shit out of anybody who says no. Actually, we're not, because we're pacifists. I'm going to get all my new Jordans for free. And you are going to make the best presidential decision you have ever made in your life. Just kidding. I'm not running for president because I'm 19. I'm not 35. But we are here to talk about the election and our thoughts on both candidates. Let's get it started, shall we?
If you didn't know, this is probably the worst presidential election of the United States history.
Yeah, that's why I'm running, because I'd win it if I was. Do you think we would actually win it, honestly, if we, like...
Hey, if we had enough money and we put enough ideas out, I don't know if you've watched any of the satirical commentary that John Oliver and now Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert have put out about this election. Please do watch it. We will link both videos in the description below.
I feel like if we were ever in like a debate with like Trump, like, because you know he likes to just like insult people and shit. I feel like we would be like roasting each other back and forth.
Well, that's what this is going to be. This is exactly what this is going to be, and this is the exact reason why I googled Donald Trump's policies. Look, it's right here. These are his policies, because I had no idea what he, besides building a wall and putting a temporary ban on all Muslims entering the country.
Yeah.
I didn't know what else his policies were.
I didn't even know he had any other policies. He's the definition of like a one policy guy. Like he has one issue,
and it's immigration.
That he's pushing, and everything else is he hasn't even really discussed much of his other plans.
Well, he did say he wanted to help the veterans, but he didn't necessarily go into much detail about how much he wanted to help about how he wanted to help the veterans.
Donald Trump doesn't like to go into detail about stuff.
No.
He likes to just kind of say, here's what's going to happen. I don't know how we're going to do it or anything really, but that's what's going to happen.
I mean, he did, and yes, he did.
He's like a cross that bridge when we come to it kind of guy.
He did pick Pence as his running mate.
Pence, yes.
Which he now, there's rumors that he doesn't like his running mate at all. There's also his Twitter account that likes Pence very, very much. He also offered John Kasich. And now I know he said that Pence was his first pick, but that doesn't always mean you just throw all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
If Pence said no, he would have had to go somewhere else. And apparently he offered John Kasich foreign and domestic policy.
I had actually,
which is insane to me, because there's nothing else left.
I had said to my mom earlier today, so far, I have been right about every major thing that has happened in this election. When Donald Trump announced he was going to be a presidential candidate, remember how everyone laughed? They said, "There's no way."
I laughed. I said, "There's no way in hell he's going to become president."
I was the one who said, "Look, don't take this lightly. He's serious, and he's a celebrity. He can get enough people to vote for him that he could do some real damage." I was right. I was the one who said, people said Ted Cruz is going to be the last man standing against Trump. Ted Cruz is going to be the one who goes against him. Ben Carson is going to be the one who goes against him. I was the one, if you remember, said last man standing against him is going to be John Kasich. Why? Because John Kasich is at the other end of the spectrum from Trump. Trump is more like a radical Republican. Kasich is more the moderate Republican. And that's always what happens. You get two opposite sides. You don't get two sides from the same group because people aren't going to be. I was the one who said that. I was right. I was the one when Bernie started to gain traction. I was the one who said Bernie is going to fade out and not going to get elected because America as a whole is not ready to elect a socialist candidate yet. I was right.
They elected a socialist candidate at the last election.
Barack Obama is not a socialist.
He's not. He has socialist views.
He wasn't promising free college and shit like that, though. Which, by the way, is not possible.
No.
Just taxing Wall Street. But I was right about that. And I hope I am proven wrong about my latest prediction that the Democratic Party is going to get so divided over this Hillary versus Bernie issue that Trump is just going to waltz to the presidency.
We'll get to the Democratic and Republican National Convention in a minute. I'm just saying, so far I've been right about everything. Just main points. And Trump, he's like a 2-year-old with a Twitter account. Just like somebody we graduated with that we had a very nice discussion.
Oh my God!
We won't name any names, but
Donald Trump is like that kid on Xbox Live who just learned the N-word yesterday.
Yes. Or just he says fuck every other word, and then he uses
shut your fucking fucker mouth, you fucker.
I'm
gonna blow your fucking fuck head off, fuck.
I just want to. One of the main things about the head-to-head debates that's coming up is I want to see Donald Trump say "crooked Hillary" to Hillary Clinton's face on national television. Yeah, me too. And that's not something I should be looking forward to in a presidential election. Yeah, it's like it's a roast of a presidential. Yes. It's like a SNL skit that just kept going. Yes. So weird. I mean, whether or not you think Donald, and this is going to be, there's going to be two opposite ends of the spectrum here. Imagine if Bernie had gotten elected, how wild the Donald Trump Bernie Sanders debates would have gotten. Bernie would crush him. I honestly think Bernie would crush him. No, you gotta listen to me. No, you gotta listen to me. No, your policy. Your policy. There'd be a giant screaming match. Nothing would pretty much get accomplished. But Trump, fun fact, by the way, I'm just going to throw this out there. This is the 5th election. I don't know all of the other ones, but I do know that it's the 5th election and the 3rd time from our state that both candidates were from the same state. Yes, both candidates, and that's one of the things that I'm not proud about when I say I'm a New Yorker, is Donald J. Trump is a former New Yorker. He's a current. He is actually a current New Yorker living in a. Hillary Clinton is the former New Yorker, I would say. Hillary was the governor of New York. No, she wasn't. She was? Yeah, she was. Oh yeah. So, I mean, yes. Whether you think, and this is going to be two opposite ends of the spectrum in the comment section. It's going to be absolutely disgusting, but we'll keep comments open. And yeah, we're not movie studios. We don't delete comments. No. And just to, and I know people are going to say, you released your political party out in the open. How dare you? I'm a registered independent. I don't know about Nick, but I am also a registered independent. I am an independent because I didn't want to be, I didn't really know who to pick, especially in this election, because I was like, Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Trump, Kasich, Cruz. They all had things that I thought, no, that's a pretty good idea, I guess. And even Trump. Yeah. Reading his policies now, apparently, on politicalplatform.com, he seems like a pretty well-rounded candidate. That's scary as hell, but he seems like a pretty well-rounded candidate. Nothing will get done because of the split in Congress, even though that the Republicans do have the upper hand on the Speaker of the House. The Speaker of the House does not like Trump, even though he said he does, just because he has to. Yeah. I don't like, and here's the thing, and a lot of people feel the same way as me. I don't know where to go. They all, like I was saying, they all have things that I were like, yeah, that's a good idea. But they all have things that are, oh, hell no. Right. Ugh. For Trump, it's, you can think he's a racist, you can think he's not. You're entitled to your own opinion. I don't believe that. Let's clear this up right now. I don't believe that Trump is a racist. I believe that he's playing to his crowd because he knows that he can get Republicans to vote for him if he's, yeah, we're gonna deport him. Yeah, we're gonna ban him. We're gonna make this country great, because he knows that's what stupid people want in Middle America. Yes, exactly.
And Trump is a smart guy. Trump knows this shit, and he's playing to people's fears, and he's playing to people's fantasies.
Whether or not Trump is an actual racist or not, he's going to have to deliver on his promises.
Yeah,
that's what any good candidate would do.
Yeah,
is deliver on their promises that they campaigned for the presidency.
George Bush, for example, did not deliver on his promises.
And
although he was somewhat sidetracked by the war, he still did not deliver on his promises. A war that I personally believe we never should have gotten into.
And many people, after the fact, believe the same thing.
Obama did deliver on most of his
policies. Of it. Now, I'm not going to say most. Some. He couldn't because of the split in Congress, because it was so left and so right. He couldn't get anything done. And that's why a lot of people say Barack Obama is the worst president of the United States, which I think is ludicrous, because he didn't really get much done.
He couldn't get much done.
He couldn't, because he couldn't.
Yeah. Donald Trump, let's get this out of the way too. There is no wall that is going up. My Mexican people in Middletown all over, don't be scared. The wall's not going to get built. All of you other people who actually want the wall to go up, be realistic. It's not going to happen. It's just, where is the money? First of all, where is the money going to come from? We're sending like trillions of dollars to China. We're building this massive army for wars that we don't have any money for this shit.
We're already at 14. I think it's $14 trillion in debt.
I actually did my my college research paper on whether the wall could be built. Every financial survey says no. There is no. It would cost more to deport everybody and build a wall than it would to just give everyone citizenship and say, fuck it, here's your jobs.
Well, and that's the thing. And another thing that I don't believe is politically accurate or even makes any lick of sense is that the Mexicans are taking our jobs.
Yeah, that is not
being
happening.
The white Americans.
Yeah, that is not happening, guys.
I'm sorry to whoever the hell is in Hickville with a high-speed internet connection right now. That is not happening.
No, it's Mexicans don't take Americans' jobs. Mexicans do the jobs that Americans don't want to do.
Yes.
Mexians are the ones clean. I use this in my paper as my analogy. First of all, Americans are white Americans especially, but American citizens in general are graduating high school at much higher rates. They're going to college at much higher rates. So you're not going to go into a low-skilled job.
No.
So who do you think is going to be picking your fruit and making your sandwiches and
cleaning your
toilet and fixing your hot water when you get this college degree?
Mowing your lawn.
Yeah, it's not going to be the guy with the liberal arts degree.
No, it's not.
It may be because you got a degree in
Johnny
bullshit.
from accounting. It's Juan that's right down the street.
Yeah. I mean, can we stop this, please, of they're taking our jobs? They're not taking anyone's jobs.
And
they're doing the jobs that you said you didn't want to do because you're going to college.
Here's the thing. Unless you're going to college for
unless you're going to college to be a lawnmower
or a custodian.
And why would you go to college for that?
No, you don't need it.
What are you majoring in? Lawn mowing.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, that possibly could be a major where I go to school.
Oh my god!
Just a little zing for Kobo skill. But here's the thing. White America needs to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Because
Take it from us. We live in a town where whites are the minority.
Yes.
People get along fine.
70% of Middletown is either Hispanic or black. Deal with it.
Yeah. Because
that's what's probably going to happen mostly.
It probably goes up to 80% if you add Asians.
Most likely, yeah. So here's the thing. At least in New York State, new jobs are being created every damn day of the year. 365, 24/7, new jobs are just cycling in.
Mm-hmm.
Mexicans are not taking those jobs.
Yeah.
Sorry to say it. It's a middle-aged white man with a college degree.
Yeah, maybe Indians are taking your job because there's a lot of tech jobs opening.
Maybe.
But Mexicans are not doing it because Mexicans are not coming here to do that kind of work.
And another thing from John Oliver, he did this months, I believe 2 or 3 months now.
John Oliver is fucking funny.
He researched the wall, how much it would cost, how much it would benefit us, and if it could even be fucking possible.
It wouldn't benefit us.
It's $4 billion. Now, let me, because I have Google up now.
Here's a couple of other thoughts about the wall. Where do you think your cocaine is going to come from? They're not growing it here. Where do you think you're where do you think you're going to get? How are you going? What do you think your spring break is going to be? You know,
they're not going to Cancun no more.
Yeah. I wonder if like Mexicans have the same opinion of us as like some of us have of them. Like, I wonder if there's some Mexicans who are like, oh, get them out of Cancun. They're ruining our country.
And Mexico already said they're not paying for the wall. Trump said, oh, I'm going to make it. Trump's net worth is $4.5 billion.
Yeah.
This wall is estimated at $4 billion, mind you, at the cheapest.
Yeah. So at the cheapest, it would cost him everything he has.
Except for about $500,000.
Yeah.
Actually, $500 million.
Yeah.
Which he'd still be a multi-millionaire, but
he's not flying around in his fancy private jet
the
anymore.
blue-collar billionaire that his son, which, to quote another quote from one of my favorite actors of all time, Matthew McConaughey, it's fucking fairy dust. It doesn't fucking exist. Little quote from Wolf of Wall Street. But it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, Trump. If if somebody from your political campaign is listening,
just be honest with people. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Now, that is not to say that the Democrats have like pie in the sky ideals too, because free college is not happening neither. Sorry, Bernie supporters, but it's just there's no way.
There's no way in hell.
You really think that you could what is the tuition at most public schools now? Like $30,000 a year?
$30,000.
You really think that you could get Wall Street alone to pay $30,000 a year for everybody in America? There's 400,000 people in America.
Right. 400 million people.
Yeah.
But
first of all, and also that I really believe that would damage the idea of college, because first of all,
I've said that
it would make a degree meaningless.
It's already meaningless.
It would make it, and people wouldn't go to like Harvard and shit anymore, because why would you pay to get something you could go for? It's why private high schools are in decline.
Yeah, exactly. But
actually, that's not a good one. Like, people would still go to like fucking Harvard and shit. People would go to Harvard for the prestige. People wouldn't go to like Richmond or Gardner Webb or Baylor. People wouldn't go to those colleges.
Oh my God! Look at the experience under Trump, president of Trump Organization.
Former Secretary of State.
Yeah,
like it's like the most. It's like the biggest contrast. And then Hillary is a train wreck too. I mean.
Oh, here is not. We don't really care about education. We care about the issues. And also they are both. They're both the biggest unapproval rating of any candidates running, and they're both running in the same election.
Yeah, that's something. There's going to be a lot of non-voter turnout. Like, there's going to be people,
and that's going to push Trump into the. Because here's the thing.
That's why I think Trump is going to win, because Republicans vote.
Yes.
Let's get this out of the way. Democrats, as a whole, do not vote the way Republicans do. They just, for whatever reason, they don't. I don't know why.
The reason why is because they're liberal, most likely inner city minorities that don't have the ability to vote, because they'll go out and they'll go out to the campaigns, they'll go out and protest the other candidate, but they don't have the resources to go out and vote.
I never believed that story.
I mean, it's one of
I never believed that was the case, that people that they don't have the ability to vote, or they don't have the resources to. All you need, like IDs and shit, like requiring an ID.
In some states you do.
Okay. But I never understood that as a whole. Like, why everybody has an ID.
Get text from Hillary. No fucking thank you.
You need the same credentials to vote that you do to drive, to own a house, to get a job.
You want to follow Hillary Clinton on Instagram, Nick?
No, thank you. Do you want to follow me on Instagram? Vote Nick.
I mean, here.
Let's go through some of our political policies, shall we? What would we do if we were running the country?
Personally, I would legalize marijuana across the country just because of the cash benefit, as Donald Trump is going to try to do to rip away from the Mexican drug cartels.
First thing I would do is I would fix the roads. I don't want to hear any more talk about fucking free college or free healthcare or free whatever until you fix the goddamn roads. Use the money for that first. Then we can talk about this other shit. I'm tired of driving around and bum, 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 bum. You've been to Newburgh? It's ridiculous over there. You swear you got a flat tire every fucking 5 seconds.
I'd fix the marijuana issue. I'd give free healthcare. I would not deport Mexicans. I would not put a ban on. That's another thing that Trump. He's going to put a temporary ban on all immigrants coming from the Middle East.
Yeah.
Absolutely impossible.
Yeah. How do you know?
Here's the thing. They'll go to Canada and then just leak down the Canadian border because who the fuck gives a shit about Canada?
It's
already fucking Canada.
That's the biggest thing about the wall that is stupid. Because that's already what Mexicans do. They don't walk through the desert. They just fly here and then stay. Like, well, come on,
or
man.
go through a fucking kumquat truck and pile out by the dozens.
The wall is not going to stop them. They're not walking through the searing hot desert into El Paso. They're like flying to Dallas and then, oh, this house is nice. My visa is up. Oh, well, everyone's here now. You know?
Some of them are legal. And so, yeah, and not all. Mexican is not sending us. They're rapists. They're criminals. And some of them are nice people. Yeah, no shit. Some of them are nice people.
That is the other stupidest thing. They're sending. This is
not Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
They're not raping our women, taking our jobs, burning our cattle, and eating our meat.
I doubt that there is a concerted effort among the Mexican government to send people away, send workers away,
to rape our women.
But not only that, to like send workers away.
Yes.
Like, why? That doesn't make sense.
No.
Like, that's the thing. Like, please, kids listening, people listening, not just kids. When you hear politicians and you hear public figures say things like that, they're taking our jobs. They're sending these people. Really, sit back and think, does that make any sense? Why would they be doing this?
Another thing is get the fucking article.
Yeah.
Like, we'll just
not naming names, but
we'll give a name.
No, don't give a name. Don't be an asshole.
I'm just gonna give a name. I'm gonna say his name is Birch.
Okay, Birch.
Birch believes
that when talking about politics, the show me the sources argument is tired and boring, and you should just talk about it.
And
we live in a world. I cannot stress this enough. You said it to me the other night. I cannot stress this enough. We live in a world where most of what you hear is bullshit. Most of what you hear is not true. If you are going to say something and you're going to make a claim, especially a claim at something like politics where it influences lots of people besides yourself, you need to have sources for this. Yes. You can't just say shit.
Which is something that, unlike what Nick and I are saying, what Donald Trump is doing is he's creating, and this is in the John Oliver, the most recent John Oliver piece on Donald Trump on the Republican National Convention, is Trump is making opinion into fact.
Yeah.
He's saying, oh, well, I think this is what I should do. I think this is what I should do.
So I'll tell people that that's what's going on.
And then they make it fact. Hillary's starting to do that.
It's not just Trump. Every politician does
Every
politician does that, and most major news agencies, I would say at this point, do that as well. Whether it's Fox News biased toward the right, or whether it's MSNBC biased toward the left, they all do it.
CNN even does it. And
CNN even does it.
And they're more middle ground, but they also lean towards the left. And that's another thing that I'm sick and fucking tired of from Trump supporters, is saying, oh, the liberal media is putting him in a bad light. Fox News is doing the exact same fucking thing.
Donald Trump is putting himself in a bad light by being a jackass. It's not the liberal media, although the liberal media does like to make Republicans look stupid. Although, in their defense, Republicans are stupid.
Most of them are stupid.
Most Democrats are stupid, too. Most everyone is stupid.
Most politicians are dumb in the head.
Yeah.
But that's not the point here. The point here is, 1, check your sources. 2, don't believe everything you hear. Take everything, especially in politics, with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm. I can say... I can't say they're stealing our jobs because I don't have the sources for that.
No.
I can say...
Where's the census that says, oh, look, immigration from Mexico is increasing 78%, and they're taking 94% more of our jobs. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. If you
Where's
can find
the fucking
that,
numbers,
if you
Trump?
and I can something I can say, like I said before, the high school dropout rate is going down. It is at 9%. It is falling fast. There are sources to back this up. Rant over. Rant not over. We're still going.
Not over. Let's touch on Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
Hillary Clinton, what the hell are you doing? You're a politician. You are a politician.
You know how to. You've already been in the White House. I feel like Ice Cube from fucking 22 Jump Street. It's the same case. Do the same thing.
Listen.
Who did Bill Clinton run against? Who did he run against? He ran against a wild, out-of-nowhere candidate who was promising crazy shit. Ross Perot. It's the same case. Do the same thing. God damn it.
You're fucking up. You're giving Trump what he wants. You're feeding into what he can do. And yes, the email scandal happened at the wrong fucking time. And if you were in office, you'd probably be impeached.
Yeah.
So you're lucky on that front, but you're still a fucking criminal.
Wouldn't that be funny if, like, Bill and Hillary both get impeached? You know what would be really funny? What if this whole Hillary campaign is just an elaborate scheme to get back at Bill? Like, she's just going to get in the Oval Office, and then one day it's going to come out that she was getting her carpet munched in there.
I mean...
by some 20-year-old secretary.
I mean, look at this. Look at it from... You're stooping down to a guy who, again, is a 2-year-old with a Twitter account.
That's her big problem. She's trying to drop down to his level when she should be saying, "Look, I'm above that. That's why you."
I'm a politician. I've been here before. I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't know why she's not playing that card as much. Did you see? Like, I don't know if it was true. I doubt that it is because it's one of the things that it was so stupid that it just couldn't have been true. But it was like. It was like apparently she was trying to use memes to like connect with people.
No.
And she let her like official Twitter posted like, "Did you see what is Pokemon going on in Syria?"
Oh, I did see that.
Was that actually true?
Yes, because she actually brought up Pokemon Go in one of her speeches. I'm not fucking with you right now. I'm not fucking with you right now. This is actual real shit.
Oh no.
She wants the creator of the
show me the source. No, you don't have to right now. You can do it after.
But she said, "I want the creator of Pokemon Go to create more apps," or something along the wordplay. She used "Go" in the sentence and then used America after it. I don't.
Great.
But Jesus fucking Christ, you're not Donald Trump. You're not putting Jewish stars on Hillary Clinton's clothing. You're a fucking politician. Look at yourself in the mirror. Yes. This email scandal with 30,000 emails about confidential classified information they're leaked. You're Snowden at this point, but you're still running for office. You're still a fucking politician.
And you're the lesser of two evils.
Yes.
Play that up. Oh my God. It's just so bad. You know, and the stupidest thing I saw today. The stupidest thing I saw today.
Hold on. Before you say that,
okay.
This segment, the stupidest thing I saw today, will be a fixture on the second channel.
Yes, it will.
It will be a fixture.
The stupidest thing I saw today.
Midway through, congratulations. You made it to the second channel. Welcome.
Good to see you.
Go follow our first channel at Play by Play Official. We do sports videos over there. Now back to our regular scheduled programming. Nick.
The stupidest thing I've seen today was somebody. It was like the JonTron show or something like that.
Oh my God!
I'm not familiar with who
Yes.
that is.
Yeah.
He said, "Is it possible to be so in denial that Bernie Sanders just wins the presidency?" Hundreds of retweets. No, it does not work that way. He is done. He is done. Accept it. The burn fizzled out. It is the fire extinguisher came in. It is not happening. He endorsed the other candidate. He's not running anymore. Get over it.
He said he wants to unify the party. Vote for Hillary in the Democratic National Convention. Now, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard one little birdie told me that 70 to 80% of Bernie's voters will vote for Hillary. It's just that 20 to 30% are more vocal about not voting for Hillary.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually true. It could be, but dear God, let that be true. And some way, somehow.
And let's get this out of the way. This came up. My mom told me about this. She didn't know if it was true either. I don't know. I don't know if it's true, but apparently there was like a leaked email that said that the party always favored Hillary as the candidate.
That is actually true.
So the people in Bernie's camp are very mad. They say he didn't get a fair shot. To that I say, it's over. It doesn't matter anymore.
Even if it did, it's fucking politics. The party will always favor somebody. Yes, it's confidential information.
Yeah.
And yes, it never should have been sent in an email.
And yes,
get the fuck over that.
And yes, it sucks that they had a bias. Yes, it sucks that he maybe didn't get a totally fair shot. But
look at Trump.
There's nothing you can do about it now. He's telling you to you worship this man like a god, and he's telling you to do something, and you're not doing it. That'd be like if you worship when the Israelites worshipped Moses and his 10 commandments, and they listened to every single one except "Thou shalt not kill."
Here,
he's telling
which they have in the past, and that's another totally different issue.
But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. He's saying, please, we don't want him. It's not me. It's not me. But at least it's somebody who's not him. Go for this, and they're not doing it. Why?
2 points. One, to quote Bill Cosby, yes, this is a very, very touchy subject.
Very touchy subject. No, touch again, and
to say that
now, is going in my stand-up review. Bill Cosby is a touchy subject. He touches you here, he touches you there.
But when he was not, well, at least in his middle spree of apparently using quaaludes and raping women, he had some very funny comedy, and he put up a skit of God coming down to him, and it's like God coming down to you and saying, Nick, marry this woman. I put her in your life to marry, and you break up with her and go a completely different other direction, and you marry some whore off the street and get 7 kids, and then she divorces you 2 years later. Why? Why? He has said, let's unify the party. Let's not let Trump win. Vote Hillary. And he gets booed for that. Explain to me why. It's like somebody shooting a dead horse.
Yeah, you don't beat a dead horse. The horse is not only dead, it is buried in its grave, and a tree has grown on top of the grave.
And that tree is
and a house has been built
Hillary
next to the tree.
Clinton.
And you're trying to get in with a tiny ass wrecking ball and knock the whole thing over. It's not gonna work. You're not gonna just.
Second point. Look at Donald Trump.
Yes. First of all, I'm gonna say you're right. Bernie probably would have been the best president out of any of these people. I think that because I think he would have been the most fair to everybody. I think he would have cared the most, and I think he would have known that he couldn't accomplish everything, so he would have amended it to do what he could. Yes, you're right. I'll give you that. He would have been better than Hillary. But it's over.
Look at Trump.
Move on.
The Republican
It's
Party,
like,
from the beginning, said, we don't want this guy as our candidate. Still to this day. And they released, right after the 2012 presidential election, they released to all of the committee members of the Republican Party things they needed to address, which is everything Trump has said. That it goes against everything Trump has said. They said people think Republicans are racist. People think Republicans don't. They think
Republicans live in the 60s.
Right.
Still,
Yes. Basically, and that's everything that Trump has been for. Yes, he's been toying with the idea of running for president since the mid '80s, but.
Fun fact: he actually ran as a Democrat the first
time. Yes.
Anyways,
he still he beat all odds.
This is a man. The Republican Party is not as fractured as the Democratic Party seems to be.
No, it's not. But trust me, it's not.
Probably because he's the only candidate left.
Yes.
But this is a man who it's fractured enough that this is a man who should be really easy to beat if you just got your shit together. You don't even really have to try.
He hasn't said much about policy. He's not a politician. Therefore, he's just going on what the fuck comes in his mind. Oh, I should do this.
He's going on his brand. He's going on people know Trump, so they're going to vote Trump. That's all he's going on. That's all he has.
This is a man.
And she has that brand too because people know Clinton.
Yes. People have a bad rap about Clinton, but look at Trump. Look at what he said.
You can make a bad rap work to your advantage if you're a smart marketer.
Look at Trump.
Exactly.
But this is who Donald Trump is. One, he's a multi-billionaire who sleeps under the roof of a golden building, probably in a golden throne with golden letters with his name across the fucking building. What says president about that?
Did you know Muammar Gaddafi once camped out in his backyard?
Are you fucking serious?
I am not making this up. I will find the source and I will link the video down. I think it was on Bill Maher's show that they were talking. No, it was Trevor Noah. Watch Trevor Noah, Donald Trump, America's first African president. He did like a bunch of side-by-sides about like Donald Trump says compared to what African presidents say. He's like, my mind is just on a different level. I have a very good brain. The people likes me very much. They love me. They can't get enough of me.
And also,
I am the one who has got the money. I am really rich.
Listen to this. I'm actually going to pull up, and this is my Google history. I swear to God, I'll have people in suits at my door. I'm gonna look up Hitler's.
Here we go. But you know, I thought of an apt comparison for this whole Bernie
campaign slogan.
I thought of what was it? Make Germany great again.
It translates to make Germany great again. Now, I'm not saying that Donald Trump is the second coming of Adolf Hitler.
He's not. Let's get that out of the way.
I'm not saying
Donald Trump is not Hitler. Donald Trump is not some boogeyman. He's just an idiot who is rich.
It is quite a coincidence that it's saying make. And yes, Hitler did use the extortion of Jews as all of the problems, as Trump is doing with the Mexicans and the Muslims. Those are two very, very close.
Trump is not Hitler simply for one reason and one reason alone. You couldn't do what Hitler did in America. Not now and not ever.
The verdict is not out on that.
Yes, first and foremost because American people have guns. German people did not.
I need to get this shit off of my Google history. Jesus fucking Christ.
Second off, because Americans are such a diverse society that there would be, and even if there was like a lot of support for a Hitler-esque figure, there would be enough resistance to that you could hold back the tide, and there would be no like concentration camps or whatever. And maybe I'm just being an optimist because I don't want anything like that in my country.
No, neither do I.
You know, this Bernie situation is like when your girlfriend breaks up with you and you're
Oh.
super upset about it, and you're just, there's never gonna be anyone like her. What about this cute girl? Oh no!
Listen.
She'll never take me back.
Here's the thing. In the DNC, yes, the VP. I forget Hillary's VP pick.
It's Brink, I think. Let me Google that.
That's a safe for
starts
work
with a B.
Google. That's a safe for work Google search.
Yeah.
Not Donald Trump's policies or Hitler's campaign slogan.
Yeah. Hillary Clinton VP. Tim Kaine.
Tim Kaine.
Thought it was Brink. Tim Kaine.
Tim Kaine has also 20,000 emails that were confidential and classified that have now been leaked. So the Democratic Party is literally collapsing on itself with a giant fucking mountain of TNT. Just,
you know what was funny?
all you have to do is politically fuck Donald Trump in the ass, and you're not doing
like
that.
how they did on South Park.
Yes. You're not doing
Trey and Matt for president.
Look, it's like having the plans for a Krabby Patty and taking Plankton's route to getting the Krabby Patty while you already have the secret formula.
You know the combination to the lock, but you're trying to use explosives to break in. You know, it's like fucking, oh my god.
The DNC is, the Democratic Party is more fractured than the Republican Party simply because of the fact that Donald Trump is winning this election.
Yeah.
Right now, he is, I believe it's 3 points ahead. It might be even more now with more emails.
Donald Trump is going to win 90% because he has a lot of crossover appeal. There are Democrats and there are independents who are voting for Trump
because
they hate Hillary.
Because they hate Hillary.
Because they hate Hillary. There are no Republicans who are voting for Hillary. Even though I really think that there should be, because Hillary is really a Republican in Democrats' clothing. Hillary's policies, if you really look them down, all the ones that weren't copied beat for beat from Sanders are actually kind of moderate Republican.
Yes, but this whole election makes my head hurt. And to be quite honest with you, yes, I was a Bernie supporter. I did want Bernie Sanders to be the president of the United States.
I wanted Martin O'Malley, and then I wanted John Kasich, and then I wanted nobody.
I wanted a Kasich versus Sanders election.
That would have been great.
That would have been awesome. It would have been a million times more attractive, and you're actually going to be able to comprehend that.
I wanted a Trump Christie ticket with Trump Christie as his running mate.
God, there'd be subs everywhere.
Fat fuck. You know, I went on when we came back from Mountain Creek. Did I ever tell you this story? When we came back from Mountain Creek, we were at that pizza place, and with me and the girls, and we were talking about Chris Christie, and I was going on a rant about how he's a Cowboys fan. And I started I guess I was talking a lot louder than I thought I was, because people from the next table over started listening and laughing. And they're like Anna Carey and Lisbeth are like nudging me, and they're like, yo, like, you're talking mad loud, calm down. Because I was like, I don't care that you're a Cowboys fan. I don't care that you're a Cowboys fan. I care that the governor of the state where the Giants play is not a fan of the fucking Giants. And they were laughing their asses off over there. So embarrassing.
Here's the thing.
Chris Christie.
To bring up
Chris Christie is a winner, because Chris Christie found a way to get lat banned and still stay fat as a house. He will let nothing stop him from accomplishing his dreams.
On the Melania Trump just plagiarized speech from Michelle Obama.
First of all, that was blown out of proportion too, because first of all, neither of them write their own speeches.
Correct.
Second of all, it was probably plagiarized, but
30 words verbatim.
Yeah,
in the speech.
That's the kind of thing that would get you kicked out of college.
Yes.
But in her defense, the one thing I will say is it was everything that they both said was so generic
Yes.
that you could kind of see, maybe
there
somebody maybe somebody just saw this speech and didn't know whose it was.
Here's the thing, and that's something that's the issue that I have, that maybe they just took it and here, but you're the Republican Party's, you're the first lady of the Republican Party.
Mm-hmm. Act like it.
Back check your fucking sources.
Show me the source.
Yes, exactly. But to bring up Governor Chris Christie of New Jersey, he said they asked him.
Christie.
They asked him.
He's not a Devils fan either. Fuck Christie.
Then he's not a New Jerseyan.
He's a Ranger fan.
But that's besides the fact. To bring up Chris Christie, he was asked about the Melania Trump speech, and he was asked if anything was wrong with it, and he said, "Nah, 93% of the 93% of the speech wasn't plagiarized. That means 7% was."
Do you not?
That's like saying. That's like saying.
We're gonna start a new section on this channel right now for all the political podcasts. We're gonna start a new segment on this show called "Explaining Things to Republicans." let me put it into your terms, okay? Plagiarizing is bad. It would be sort of like if somebody took the Bible and changed Jesus to Dave and then passed it off as their own religious text. It would be sort of like that. I don't think you want that. That's the first entry on explaining things to Republicans.
I feel like we should need some music.
Next, we need like a slow piano.
Yeah.
Next week, explaining the Big Bang to Republicans. It would be like if you ate a lot of cake and you got a really bad stomach ache and you just threw it up everywhere. Now, your stomach is only the size of your fist, so all the cake was in here. But now it's all over the place. Sort of like that.
Here's the thing. There's not really, and that's why I'm so, like, I want the DNC to just be over with, and it's already over because they've imploded on themselves. But no one really knows what the fuck is going on. Even the Hillary camp does not know what the hell is going on, which is sad. We've touched on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted Bernie Sanders to be our president candidate, but I jumped off that boat when I saw he was sinking.
Mm-hmm.
Well before he just dropped out of the race. Well before I jumped.
You have to. You can't. Politics. It's not like sports. Sports, you can get in a slump and come back from it. Politics, once you start going down, your approval doesn't go back up. You don't get you don't get two chances in politics. You get one shot.
Or fuck you.
Yeah.
See you next cycle.
You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance.
Here's the thing.
This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, as a great man once said. He is not going to get. He might run again next year if he's not like in a nursing home by then. But that's the other thing that scared me off of Bernie is I didn't think he would finish his term. It's the same thing that I said about John McCain. And I said, remember when John McCain was running? I told everybody I could find, don't vote for John McCain because he's so fucking old that he is going to die from the stress in office. And then we were going to have Sarah Palin as our president. Don't let that happen.
Here's the thing. Mike Pence will become the president. If Trump is elected, Trump will most likely get assassinated.
No, he won't.
I honestly believe that.
Trump won't get assassinated because Obama didn't get assassinated. And if you thought, I was worried Obama would get assassinated because I thought someone from the KKK would pull out his gun one day and say, not in my country. And it thankfully never happened. And Donald Trump It's not going to happen to him.
I don't know.
Because the people who are against Donald Trump are also the people who are against guns. So what are they going to do? They're going to stab him to death? They're going to run up on him?
There's gonna be ninjas that are just gonna throw ninja stars from like 70 miles away.
That would actually be. I don't pray for people to die, but that would probably be the most awesome assassination ever. Like there would be movies made of that.
Here's the thing.
The Interview 2. We're gonna kill Donald Trump. Go to ninja training.
That is an idea, my friend.
I'm gonna teach you how to be a ninja.
That is my friend. That is an idea that we might have in the dumpster for our Gold Star Productions.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing.
I thought of a name for the record label, by the way.
What?
Cheese Factory.
Here's the thing. I don't really personally like either of the candidates. Yes, they have some good talking points.
Yeah.
Their execution of those talking points are piss poor.
Leaves a lot to be desired. You know, it's kind of like
their flaws are some pretty devastating flaws.
It's kind of like watching American Idol, and there's always that one candidate who hits a couple great notes, and you know that what they can be with some auto-tune and some Pro Tools and some processing. But when they're just out there like singing along, it sounds so bad.
It's like somebody singing in the shower.
Yeah. It's like Taylor Swift. When the auto-tune and the Pro Tools isn't running, you don't want to be in a 5-foot radius.
It's like putting America in a blender and saying, okay, would you like this, or in a washing machine, and like, okay, do you want the tumble or do you want the spin cycle?
Yeah.
Which way do you want to fuck yourself?
Yeah.
Here,
look, we can fuck you in the ass now, or we can wait for later. That's kind of what it is.
We can shove a cactus up your ass now and impale you, or we'll wait 5 years. We'll wait about a year, a couple months, and stick a plunger.
It's one of my
with hot sauce.
You know,
and just.
Donald Trump is we can fuck you in the ass right now
yes.
and get it over with. Hillary Clinton is.
Well, here's your rain check for a couple of months.
Donald Trump is like. Donald Trump is like Donald Trump is like an STD test. You get the results back right away, and it's not good. And Hillary Clinton is like a Lyme disease test. You have to wait a little while to see all the damage that's been done.
To put it to our lesser viewers, it's like having sex with a woman and going to get your STD test. Yes, like Nick said, you get the results back right away. But then the pregnancy test goes along, and you really don't want to have a life with the woman that you had sex with. You still have to wait a little while to get that pregnancy test back and get the bad news that yes, she was positive, and you're having twins, and you're probably going to have to either run away or, you know, console the woman and take the woman for the rest of your life and have Becky with the good hair as your bride to be.
Are you implying, Joe, that Beyonce got knocked up and Jay-Z wasn't happy about it?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
New section on the show. Controversy.
I'm just saying this is not. I want a warm-up election.
This is not the end of the world.
It possibly could be.
We
don't know at this point.
It's not the end of the world, but it's not the best. It's not what a time to be alive.
No. And I'm sorry. Usually, at least in my perspective, and I'm sure Nikki's you as well, you kind of want to narrow down at the end of a video or a podcast to a certain point you want to push across to our viewers. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know anymore.
I don't have a point for this one. I mean, I'm just close my eyes, pick one or the other, and hope for the best.
Yes, exactly.
The best. I keep telling people the best you can do at this point is pick whatever you think is the lesser of two evils, and then just make sure that they only serve one term.
Yes.
That's all we can do.
Dear God.
All we can do.
2020, have some better. This is a shout from the past. Please play this back. This section of the podcast. Timestamp this in the comment section for the 2020 candidates. Please, for the love of God and for the love of the United States of America, be better than the two candidates we currently have running in 2016, whether that be Kanye West, whether that be Chris Christie.
That's even worse. Kanye versus Christie.
Whether that be,
I first of all, everybody. I'm a rapper, so I'm in the rap community. About is Kanye gonna run? I do not want Kanye West with the nuclear launch codes.
I don't want Donald Trump with the nuclear launch codes.
But I don't want Kanye, because Kanye is. You think Donald Trump is emotional? Kanye is really fucking emotional.
Oh, that was some bad sex from Kim last night. Let's go bomb some third world country.
I don't want Kanye with the nuclear launch codes. I don't want Kanye sitting down to talk policy with Vladimir Putin.
I don't want Trump talking policy with Vladimir Putin.
I don't want Kanye to go over to Israel and try to strike a peace between the Palestinians and Netanyahu.
Hey, he is a Christian.
So he's completely non-biased. Completely non-biased. All seriousness, I would vote Kanye over Trump, but there's a lot of people I would vote over Kanye. Let's put it that way.
Here's the main reason why I want Kanye in office, and this is just completely for my own sexual purposes, and I think you know where I'm going with this. Kim Kardashian
as the first lady
would be a complete 180 from getting famous because she was talking with Paris Hilton and fucked Ray J on a sex tape.
Wouldn't that be funny if like
making it all the way to the Oval Office?
Wouldn't that be funny if that became like the running joke among like political circles? Like Kanye goes to the UN and then like the frickin' Prime Minister of France is sitting there. He's like, I saw your wife's tits.
She made millions off of Bitmoji. She has
made $1 million off a sex tape, and
she has a semi-decent TV show.
I've watched a few episodes here and there. I won't lie to you.
My ex has tortured me through a couple seasons. She has a pretty decent fashion line that's doing very well for her and her family.
She's got hot sisters.
She's got hot sisters.
She's got a hot mom. Her mom is kind of bad for like 60 years old.
She has.
That's weird for me to say. Everybody is going to be like, "Oh, what the hell are you into?"
If you swing for that team, she's got a pretty rockin' hot dad. Then that's a mom now.
Oh my god.
Again, if you swing for that, if you live in North Carolina, you better run. But
I thought it was I don't know if you heard this. That I thought it was very interesting. Something Caitlyn said. She said it was easier to come out as trans than it was to come out as Republican. That to me is a sign of how divided this country really is.
And that's another thing that's making this election so freaking difficult for for two independents. Is this country now? And if you don't live in the United States, you probably have an idea.
This is my turn to bash liberals because I grew up in a liberal family. I grew up in a liberal town. This is my turn to bash my people. The sad, sad irony of liberal people, most of them, not all, but most. Okay. Most of the ones I've come into contact with, certainly. You tolerate differences in people. You brag about how tolerant you are. Like, oh, look at my gay friend. Look at my black friend.
I hate that too.
It's annoying. But anyway, look at my one-legged Latino midget friend. Look at, First, here's a side note. I'm not racist. I have black friends is not an excuse. Continuing. I've heard that before.
Here's the reason why we have Mexican friends, we have Chinese friends, we have
because we grew up with them.
They're genuine people.
Yeah.
And I did come across this person that I didn't really like, and they were transgender because I saw them before their transformation. Yeah. They graduated 2 years before me, but they're still a douchebag.
Yeah, and
whether you change your sex, the color of your skin, your parts down below. It doesn't change the fact that you're a fucking asshole or a douchebag.
And it doesn't make you transphobic to say that. So
it's
this
like,
is,
oh, you're just saying that because he's transgender. No, people
that I really fucking hate.
Some people are just genuine dicks, genuine assholes, and genuine jerk-offs.
It's like with the new Ghostbusters movie, and I was like,
oh, I don't like it because
you don't like it because it's women. No, I don't like it because it's a reboot of Ghostbusters. That's why I don't like it.
Or you just genuinely don't like the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it yet.
No, neither have I.
I was supposed to go see it, but we haven't. We went to Star Trek instead.
How was that?
Phenomenal. Best of the 3 so far.
Okay.
Little plug for Star Trek. Anyways, what I was trying to say before we got so sidetracked, the sad irony of liberals, you will accept everybody. You will accept trans. You will accept black. You will accept Chinese. You will accept one-legged Latino midgets. As long as they agree with you. The minute somebody doesn't agree with you, you will turn on them so fast. And that's what happened with Caitlyn Jenner. She's stunning and brave. She's a wonderful woman. I'm a Republican. Oh, get out of here. You know, if you're so tolerant,
delete those tweets.
If you're so tolerant, then let her be a Republican. That's her opinion. There's no such thing as a right or wrong opinion.
And that's what's
this is something that
in politics, especially
everybody needs to know this. Politics, especially liberals and conservatives, you both need to hear this. Liberals, I think, need to hear it a little more. There's no such thing as a right or wrong opinion, and there's no right and wrong side of history. There's only the side of history you're on and the side of history that is in the past now. Right?
It actually happened.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong opinion.
Like you said, there's 3 sides to every story. Your side, my side, and the truth.
It's like with all like the Robert E. Lee statues in the South that are coming down and all that, the Jefferson Davis stuff.
The Confederate flags and all that sort of stuff.
Confederate flag I somewhat get because it is a symbol of an armed resurrection against the United States. You know, maybe you don't want to have that flying in your country. That'd be like it'd be like the British flying the Guy Fawkes flag. You know, it's just weird.
It's like the Chinese flying the British flag.
But Robert E. Lee is whether he was fighting for slavery, sure. Robert Jefferson Davis was fighting for slavery, but they are important figures in American history.
Embrace it.
And you can't just, you have to take the good with the bad. You know, you
like
can't
this election, for example.
Yeah, you can't just ignore all this shit that happened and pretend it didn't exist. You have to learn from it. Okay, yeah, he was a bad guy. He believed in slavery, but he was also a really good general who led this insurrection to much, much more wins in a war that they should have been crushed in within the first month.
I.e. Trump.
Take yes. Take another one for who Andrew Jackson, for example.
Yes,
another
Thomas
one,
Jefferson.
Yeah, Jackson particularly because of the Harriet Tubman money switch. KKK members said they would burn the new Harriet Tubman bills. I say please do, because that means inflation will go down and prices will be cheaper for me. Also, Harriet Tubman has kind of a bitch face where she's like, you don't need to be spending this $20. So I think it's better for everyone that she's on there. I'll probably save a lot more money that way. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have given the guy the 20 today for 2 drinks if Harriet Tubman had been looking at me like, you know you don't need this. You know you don't need to impress this woman. Anyways, the other one would be Andrew Jackson. He's voted off the bill, basically. All I hear from people, I'm glad we got this genocidal maniac off the bill.
Or why did you put a black woman on the $20 bill?
Yeah, the black woman thing is stupid, but Andrew Jackson was not a genocidal maniac. He was the president of the United States. He exiled
the Joker is not on the $20 bill.
Yeah, he's not he exiled the Indians, but he also adopted one and raised him as a son. Yeah, he was kind of an asshole to people, but he also had the national debt at 0 for the only time in American history.
No, Bill
Clinton had us in a
national debt is 0.
He did?
Yes.
Okay. So it was second only time in American history. don't whatever, man. Like, just don't be like, don't disrespect your forefathers. Basically, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I mean, this time, I don't want to use the argument of he's from a different time because it's not really a good
it was okay
excuse.
in that time.
It doesn't make it okay, but you really do have to understand that sometimes.
Yes.
You have to understand. It's not like he wasn't Hitler. He wasn't putting Indians in camps and exterminating them. I mean, he kind of did with the Trail of Tears, but I mean,
He wasn't shooting them with tear gas and saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
well, we'll burn your carcasses and feed it to your children."
Yeah, and he wasn't. It was a weird time. Fucking Manifest Destiny and shit. It's like, I'm glad that we've moved beyond that, but like, don't the right response to something like this is President Jackson had a good run on the money. Now let's see how Harriet Tubman's run goes. And don't get it blown out of proportion because the money changes all the time.
Yes.
We had $50 not that long ago with Kennedy on them. We don't have that anymore. We had $2 bills not that long ago. We don't have that many of them anymore. The designs on the money change all the time.
I'm pretty sure. Bill.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that Ulysses S. Grant was not always on the $50 bill. I'm pretty sure that he was relatively new. And the dollar coins like change every fucking year. Like, there's we had Susan B. Anthony, we had Sacagawea, we had fucking Eisenhower, and now they're doing every president.
Which I would love to have a Barack Obama dollar coin, by the way.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot worse presidents coming up on these dollar coins than Jackson, both in terms of what kind of people they were, and they were bad presidents.
Yes. So, in conclusion, whether you're a Trump supporter or whether you're a Hillary supporter or whether you're in the boat
so that's a weird thought, that Donald Trump could one day be on a dollar coin.
Yes, or even Hillary.
Yeah.
And let me just get something
let me say this too. Make sure that whoever you're voting for, you're doing it for the right reasons.
Yes.
Don't vote for Trump because he's Trump.
And don't vote for Hillary because she's a woman.
Vote for Hillary because she has a good foreign policy, not because she's a woman. Vote for Trump because he's a successful businessman and he has good sense with money. Don't vote for him because he's saying all this crazy shit.
I'm going to deport Mexicans.
He's an entertainer. Don't vote for him.
Don't vote for him because you like what he posts on Twitter.
Yeah. Which I'm afraid a lot of his supporters, especially the ones that are our age, are.
Hell, I like what he puts on Twitter, but I mean, I take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, it's funny. It's good for a laugh. Like, remember the shit about, like, Elizabeth Warren?
Yes.
He was like, she's a fake Native American. I actually kind of believe him. But I believe him because pretty much every white guy in this country says that they're Native American.
But here's the thing.
I've said it before. In my defense, I am, but...
So, to sum it up...
I don't usually say it because it's like a small part. So why would you, whatever.
To sum up...
I'm not enrolled in a tribe or anything. I'm not walking around with feathers on my head.
I don't know. To sum up this thing, I don't know. I will be very, very cautious with my vote for the 2016 presidential election.
I'm debating writing in Mickey Mouse and calling it a day. My dad does that when he doesn't like the candidates.
So this year?
Yep, this year. Most years.
I don't know.
He did it with Bush and Kerry.
I don't know. I honestly, that's...
Vote Nick and Joe.
Yes.
We're running for office. Fix the roads, legalize it. And what was our third thing? I feel like a terrible candidate now because I'm actually asking what our stance was.
And, hey,
yeah,
a vote for us is a vote for free food.
Yeah, that'd
Nick,
be dope.
Are you ready to announce your 2016, who are you going to vote for?
No, I'm not. I haven't. I'm probably going to vote for Mickey Mouse.
In the 2016 presidential election, I'll be voting for